I'm Amanda Orlando. Welcome back to my channel. This video is about a little snippet of my life as a freelance creative. People ask me like, what do you do with your life? Do you work? A lot of times people tell me that I should learn how to monetize my skills. So yes, I don't work for free ever. I am my own business. I just work by myself, and I have a number of different types of work that I do and different types of clients, and it is difficult to describe what I do because there's a lot of different things. Some of it is like riffing off of my background in publishing, and other elements of it have to do with my work as like a food allergy awareness advocate and also as a food stylist and photographer. So this is a little peek into my life. Every week of my life is extremely different, so I've decided to make this a vlog series. No week is ever the same for me at all. I always have different types of clients or different types of work that I'm doing, and this is a big change for me because when I worked in the corporate world, there were structured things that every week you have this meeting or you have this process that you're doing or this season, so you have to be buying this kind of product. Like, there was a lot of regimented activity in my last job, but once I went freelance, that was like completely out the window, and it took me a little while to find my footing and figure out what exactly it is that I want to do with my life and need to do to make that happen, and I'm still figuring it out. Okay, I'm kind of a terrible vlogger, but like, please bear with me because I'm just learning. But on Monday, I completely forgot to film anything. Yeah. Today is photography day and my place is like kind of a mess. So I worked on the final cake recipe. I finally got it to a place where I was really happy with it. When it comes to the photography day, I'm baking it to photograph, so I'm not baking it just to test it and eat it. So that means that I want to be really conscious of my presentation of it. Okay, I just finished my photography. I've taken multiple shots from all different angles, slightly different styling, and now I get to sit on the floor and eat. This morning I'm kind of kicking myself. So I've set up my whole scene. I know what I need to photograph. I know what I need to cook. It's a multi-layered recipe, so it's going to take some time. I have a new client that I'm working with. I have a deadline. And instead of just waking up and like boom jumping into it this morning, I decided to do like some of my admin stuff and like answer my emails and like stuff that I literally could have done at any point in the day that didn't have to be done first thing in the morning. It's like 10:30 and I'm like, oh great, now it's like the lighting is nice again and it's perfect time for me to start this, completely forgetting that I have a bunch of calls for some of my other consulting work. So basically I just like timed my day extremely poorly today. Okay, I had like 15 minutes to get dressed. There's this massive stack of boxes. Don't mind it. I just ordered a bunch of things online, and apparently that means destroying the environment. I just finished my first of my Zoom calls. It actually finished half an hour early, which is such a blessing right now because that means I have half an hour to start working on my recipe post in between when my next call starts. Most importantly, always read the brief before you start shooting. Actually, before you even start planning. It should be like step one. Read the brief. Know your deadlines, put them in your calendar. Often they're going to have specific dates for you to submit ideas for content, then to submit first images for content, to post content, and possibly, depending on the type of campaign, they might have you interacting with other influencers, and there'll be dates for that as well. So make sure you always read your brief, make your notes, get all the shots that they require of you, and don't be late because no one wants to chase you. For example, the client that I'm working with right now, they have some really great specific asks, and that helps me to like formulate what this whole post is going to look like. I actually loved them like well before we started working together, so I really like when that happens because it's like something that I already stand behind. Okay, well didn't I do something after I was like, read the brief. This one brand has 3 varieties of their product, and I bought the 2 wrong varieties and not the 1 correct variety. So now, at the last minute, I have to run out and ensure that I have the correct variety so that the packaging is correct in the final shots. In other news, I accidentally dyed all of our clothes pink. I just realized I haven't eaten anything since like 8 o'clock this morning, and it's now 3:15. I really enjoy these rice noodles, so I'm gonna have those and some kombucha over the sink. I just dropped off my donation, and I actually had a really nice conversation with this guy who lives right across the street. I just like feel like I meet a lot of really nice people in Toronto. As I was putting my stuff in the fridge, my hand like brushed by the peanut butter jar, and I'm like low-key panicked for a second. I have dinner in the oven, but most importantly, I've gone to work again on just retesting the recipe that I was going to shoot earlier today, because now I know that I have the time to retest it one more time, and I'd like things to be as perfect as possible. And then tomorrow I'll get up bright and early and just like do another version, photograph it, have everything ready, submit it tomorrow evening, and that's ahead of the due date, just perfect. Just had my Zoom call for my consulting work, and now I have to run out and grab some lemons. Okay, just grabbed a few little things that I need for this morning's shoot. The finished setup is all ready to go. Quick outfit change. I just need something a little bit more presentable, like jumpsuit. Jumpsuit is always a good idea. I always get like a little bit, I hate to say nervous, but it is nerves before presenting my work to a new client, because I've never worked with them before and I just want to impress them so much, and like the next time they do a campaign, I want them to think of me and I want to work with them again, and I always want to build these like long-term client relationships. So the first piece of work, I'm like stressing, and it's like perfection, like everything has to be just so, and I leave myself a lot of time so that I can like accomplish what I want to do. But last night I had a dream that I was like in this artwork competition, and there was this group of people judging me, and one of the contestants that I was up against was Sept, and I was like, how can I possibly compete with him? But anyways, and then in the end, the judges were like, oh, like, don't worry, your artwork is great. And I think it was just obviously my subconscious mind being like, calm the F down. Like, it's okay. Obviously they like you, otherwise they wouldn't have approached you. And now I have about a half hour to fill before I have another call for my consulting work. And now I'm gonna go shoot just like some regular Instagram content. This is stuff like, because I have to upload content every single day, you just constantly have to be creating. And this is like not tied to any partnerships or brand work or anything like that. This is just like me posting tasty things on the internet. Well, I'm really pissed at myself because didn't I just drop the knife and slice literally the tip of my thumb off? I'm debating if I need stitches, and it's like really gushing blood and it's quite painful. Okay, well, I'm gonna go pretend that nothing's happening and do my conference call. And hopefully they can't tell that I'm in excruciating pain. Made it through my calls, that was good. Now I'm just letting the soothing voice of Mary Tyler Moore and Ed Asner, oh shit. My thumb looks really gross, so I'm just not gonna show you. I had a weird sleep last night because I was in a lot of pain. Never chop things with wet hands. It's just really unsafe. I knew that, and I did it anyways, and I'm just feeling really mad at myself, and I'm missing a chunk of my thumb. I had planned to do a lot of food photography stuff this morning. I had one more piece of client work that isn't due for like another week, but I wanted to do it today just because I've been on such a roll creatively with that kind of content this week. But the pain and my thumb being an open wound is kind of complicating that. So instead I've shifted gears this morning, and a really like awesome website wants to feature me, and I owe them a bunch of interview answers. So I'm just spending the morning like working on that questionnaire for them, and it's taking me kind of a while because I want to make it perfect. I've wanted to be featured in this for quite a while. So for them to reach out to me, it was like pretty awesome. Today feels like the right day to restart Gilmore Girls for fall. I put a loaf of bread on to rise before I left, and now it's so beautiful. It's Saturday and yeah, the home is kind of messy. So today is gonna be a bit of a cleanup day. Overall, I think I'm kind of gonna take it easy, probably do a little work, and we'll see what happens. My hair is dry, and yeah, this is my natural hair, air dried. It has a lot of volume, a lot of texture, a lot of curl, and it's, you know, I like a very, like, I guess frizzy texture naturally. But I'm lucky I have a lot of hair, and usually I just like, I hate to say tidy it up, but I like, yeah, tidy it up with a curling wand. I used to iron it every week, but it just kind of takes forever, like with, I don't know, isolation and stuff, like what's the point? But I also just like playing into my natural curl, so yeah, so I'm gonna do a curling wand, and I usually just style my hair once a week, and then every time I have a bath or a shower, I just put my hair up so that it doesn't get spoiled. You have to wrap it in like either a towel or a cloth, because as soon as the moisture gets to it, like, forget it, it's done. So yeah, so I'm gonna go tame the mane. Done. Looking nice.